All right, normally I'd wait to do the intro professionally when I get to the title screen, but I can't edit it anyway because you got to pay for the editor, and I ain't doing it. So, with that being said, everybody, what is up? I'm your boy Jay, and welcome back to the JBG podcast. And it's been a little while. It's been like 3 months, I think, or 3 weeks, like 2 months. It's been a while. I've got Seether blasted in my ear right now. That's a rock and roll, kind of like not a metal, but hard rock band, maybe metal. Man, it's been a while. A lot has gone down, and I've got a lot to talk about. All right, look, I'm just gonna start off like this. Boys are stupid. I just got permission. Like the moment I was told I had permission to talk about this from the person, not the boy, but the girl that I'm going to be talking about. I just promised I wouldn't mention names. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. Oh man, boys are stupid. So let me fill y'all in on something. So I was very fortunate enough and blessed to go on a Disney trip to Disney World in Florida a couple weekends ago, and we had a blast. It was a high school church class trip, the youth group, and we had a blast. But there was a lot of like drama, and it's not so long ago in a town not so far from here lived a boy and a girl. The girl, very sweet girl, a pretty girl, became friends with this boy who's not so sweet. What kind of sweet? Can't be what he wants to be. He's a little manipulative, and he ain't cute. Now, I'm not saying I am, but he's not. And, boys, when they like a girl, one of two things happens. Excuse me, my throat's dry. One of two things will happen. He'll tell her and she'll say yes. Well, if he tells her, one of two things will happen. She'll say yes or she'll say no. Well, and as far as I know, I went and checked back views and everything. He doesn't listen to this. This will be the one episode he listens to. And you know what? I don't care because I'm sick and tired of this. And I asked if I could make a big joke out of it. And she said yes. And I don't want his permission because I don't really need it. So... hold on, sorry. Sorry, I got to answer a message about a Super Bowl party. And I got to shout this out. New one tonight. So he tells her. And she says, I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in you, and I never will be. Okay. A decent person would say, okay, that's all right, I'll back off. This person, well, let me tell you something, Sonny. He did not back off. As a matter of fact, he cranked that psalm gun up and cranked up the heat. Now, this is a true story. I mean, I'm going to dramatize it a little bit to try to make it funny, but she tells him no, and so him and a couple other boys are playing Warzone. We're on a group chat, and she sends a snap in the group chat. Okay, she's in a hot tub. There's nothing inappropriate. There's nothing being shown. I mean, really, it's a fairly conservative picture. And he goes, holy. And Snapchat, when the picture's open, you can see when someone else opens it. And one of the kids goes, what are you talking about? Holy what? And he's like, oh, nothing. And one of the other boys goes, well, what are y'all talking about? And the kid who was like, what are you looking at? Was like, it ain't what we're talking about. It's what we're looking at. And so that next day was Sunday morning, we were doing a breakfast for our grandparents at the church and the elderly at the church. And we're told about it. And the girl walks in and we go, holy. And she's like, What? And we tell her, and she's like, you got to be kidding me. Nope, not kidding. Well, sure enough, here comes this boy. And we look him dead in the face. Hey, buddy. Holy. And he turns around, walks away, fed up, ticked off, can't believe it. She's laughing. As far as we know, she's not embarrassed. And she's not. Now, I've asked her because I got her permission to tell this story because he's being a douchebag, so I didn't want his permission. Um, and now this is in like September. Okay, this is September of 2022. Tomorrow is February 1st, 2023. This is how long this has been going on. Well, and I told her, I said, well, if you ever get uncomfortable and need to talk, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm not a girl, but maybe I can offer how to get around a boy, from a boy's perspective or something. She said, thank you. Okay. I didn't hear about it for a while, but, he'll sit next to her and nudge up to her, and he tries all this. Well, fast forward to January of this year. Or no, actually, fast forward to November. Maybe December. We're at one of our friends' houses having a good time. Well, she dresses very conservatively. I mean, she doesn't go out of her way to strut her stuff or anything. She's not one of these girls that walks around in crop top and booty shorts all the time. Dresses like a decent human being. And I applaud her for that. Well, she's laying down on the floor, on her stomach. We leave. Well, he sends her a text. Hey, I'm just saying it was very hard not to stare tonight, and I really enjoyed the view. What the what? Where do you get the inclination, the reason that that's okay? So one, you're sexualizing her, and two, you're just being a creep. And she tells us, oh, we give this boy hell. They say hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn. No, hell hath no fury like your fellow Christian brethren and sisters' scorn. Let's get... And so we go through it. Now let's go to January. We're at Disney. Now, sadly, at Disney, I had to be pushing a wheelchair because I'm still having really bad foot problems and I could not walk. So the girl's pushing me because I told the boys, sorry, y'all cannot push me. I don't trust y'all. Y'all are freaking crazy. So she's pushing me. That girl is. Very sweet of her. I paid for her breakfast one morning. Just, I can never show how thankful I really am because I'm not exactly light. Well, we get on this ride and we got separated from our group. And so she's been riding these rides with him because he's been being an a-hole about it. Well, she's like, well, we've already been separated. It's me and you together. Let's just ride this ride together so we don't hold up the line anymore. Okay, cool. We hadn't rode a ride together anyway. We had a nice conversation. We had a great time. We get off the ride. Apparently that night, he went off on her. Well, goes on. She texts me about a week or two ago. And we're talking about the situation. And she says, Jay, can I FaceTime you? Of course, absolutely. What's your number? I don't have your number saved. Sends me a number. I call her. And she starts telling me all this stuff. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Now, those a-holes that are like, I'm gonna kill myself over this because they want the attention, not the people who are actually like suicidal, who need help. Well, he does that. No, this is a couple days ago, and we're on the phone. I was actually at not a comic book store, a card game store like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, that kind of place. Had board games and whatnot. Well, I go sit outside. It is 28 degrees outside. I'm just in a hoodie and jeans, so I'm really not that warm. I'm sitting out there talking to her, shivering. What do I do? What if he does? Sweetheart, he won't. This was this was that Friday. He won't. He'll be fine. We turned his location off for her on Snap, so she's freaking out, whatnot. We're on the phone for an hour and a half. I'm like, I promise you, he's not gonna do nothing. He's lying. He's trying to make you feel bad. Guess who walks into the church Sunday morning? That guy. I'm trying to make this funny, but in reality, this is a very serious topic in reality of things. He walks in that Sunday. He's fine. Well, he sends me a text yesterday morning. I didn't check it till last night around 7 or 9-ish, 9:30 p.m. And it says, I'm about sick and fucking tired of all of y'all. Well, you've got some balls. So I text back, excuse me? If I swear, if you say anything about us not caring about you, talking behind your back or anything, I'm going to lose it. But please, I'm curious. What are you so sick and tired of? You know what this little loser does? Little butthead does? He opens it and just snaps me back pictures of his face. We've been snapping back and forth all day. I'm like, yeah, you ain't getting one over on me, pal. I mean, how big of a jerk can you be? You are harassing this poor girl, making her feel bad and uncomfortable, and it's awkward for everybody. And you're just, la, 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 I love her. Oh, she got mad at me. She acknowledged me. Yay. Take it. I would say take a hint, but she's told you no over and over again. And if you do, for some whatever reason, listen to this as a show of karma on me, get over it. You're fine. Apparently, you've been, hugging up on this girl at your school anyway, just as much as her. So I think you moved on. You'll be fine. Stop begging for attention, son. It ain't gonna get you nowhere. So back to this Disney trip. I'm in a wheelchair. The guy driving our bus, real funny guy. We're all a bunch of Southern folk. I'm in a wheelchair and we're at this restaurant. My foot's killing me. I've been having a rough weekend, but I'm trying to have as much fun as I can. I'm trying not to be too big of a burden on everybody. I'm at one point on the first day of me being in a wheelchair, I started crying. Text my cousin and was like, I feel like such a burden. She came over, gave me a hug. It's like, Josh, y'all know my name, Josh. You're fine. It's okay. We love you. We're going to help you. It's okay. And then I felt a little better or whatever. Well, we're sitting in Rainforest Cafe eating lunch. I'm like, man, I got a headache. And the bus driver looks at me and goes, well, by the end of this trip, you might as well be putting a home. Well, listen here, you old fart. Like, I wanted to smack him. I was so mad. I wasn't really mad. I was just like, you son of a gun. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, come on, man. Let a boy suffer in peace. Or in as much peace as he can. But, so I hate water. Like the lake, ocean. I hate it. Well, I also hate water rides. Now, I'm real stupid. I didn't think about it. We're getting on Pirates of the Caribbean. Obviously, this is a water ride. It's pirates, but I didn't realize it. And I step on the boat thing, and it shakes. I'm like, nobody told me this was a water ride. What the? And like, well, I'm sitting next to this lady who's on the trip with us. And she looks at me. You complain one more time, Josh, I'm going to smack the daylights out of you. No, you're not. I'm not. Let's call your mama and find out if I'm not. I tell you what, I didn't complain. I was smiles the whole way. Rosy red cheeks. You'd thought Santa Claus gave me everything I wanted. I mean, I was happy. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . We had a good time on this trip. We did. The we we were we were in line for Tower of Terror. This was the night of the divisional, or not the divisional, the NFL wildcard rounds. So I've got the game pulled up on my phone because we were in this line for 2.5 hours. We were there for the first half of the game and the third quarter. Or it had gotten into the fourth quarter when we got on the ride, but we're in the line. This is about the second quarter. Second quarter about to go to halftime. Well, at this point, we were told a bunch of the competition cheerleaders from the universities in the country were here in Florida in Disney. Well, sure enough, I'm in the wheelchair and I turn to my right, and there's like 6 Georgia cheerleaders sitting there as purty as sunlight can be. And I'm like, oh, I'm in a wheelchair, mind you. And I look at one of them and go, hey, watch this. Now I've whipped that sucker around. Will you be my Make-A-Wish? It's not okay to joke about Make-A-Wish. One of them turned around and looked down, looked at me, and just scoffed and turned back around. I was like, we could have had a moment. We could have had a great joke on the internet. Could have been hilarious, but no, you're too pretty and stuck up for boys like me. And too old, but you know. But I mean, you know, I tried. I did. I tried. So did Mama. Mama tried. And, well, her raising ain't working. I was acting like a hooligan the whole. I mean, we all were. Man, we had a great time. Mm. So, speaking of the division or the wild card round, my roommate, lifelong best friend of mine, at the trip, we're in our room watching the Jaguars Chargers game. The Chargers were up 27-0 and lost. Now, I'm a Jags fan. I like the Jags. I like Trevor Lawrence, Trayvon Walker. The Chargers, I mean, I like Justin Herbert, but other than that, and Khalil Mack, other than that, I think Austin Eckler's a touchdown merchant and Keenan Allen's washed. So, you know, I'm not big on the Chargers. And I look at my buddy and say, hey, I'm telling you, Jags going to come back and win. They ain't going to come back and win. Well, they score a touchdown. Okay, good for them. They got a touchdown. They score another touchdown. I don't like you know, it happens. They score another touchdown. No, I don't like where this is going. I said, I told you, son. They're going to come back, and they're going to win. They score the 4th touchdown. Oh! I was so happy. I made that boy rub my stinky feet and everything. I'm just kidding. I didn't do that. We cuddled. No, I'm just kidding. We did not. We did not. But we had a great time, and if you ever go to Disney World, Guardians of the Galaxy wins ride of all rides. It is the best ride. And we were in line for an hour and a half. I couldn't bring my wheelchair into that line, so I'm standing trying to sit on the post. Look, I respect the people who have the guts and the balls to work at Disney World, but you take your job too seriously. I'm sitting up on one of the guardrails because my feet hurt. You can't sit on the guardrails. It's a safety hazard. Well, ma'am, my foot up your ass is a safety hazard for you, isn't it? I didn't say that. I wanted to. I said it under my breath. Ooh. And at one point we were running to catch up, and they were pushing me real fast. You can't run through Disney World. I was like, calm down, Ursula. Eat a salad. Jeez. Like, you're gonna be done with this job by summer. Who do you think you are? What do you think you're doing? Like, come on now, sweetheart. Mr. Pibb's really good. I wanted Dr. Pepper, but the gas station was out of Dr. Pepper, so I got Mr. Pibb, which is a very fair second option. Bit of a health update for you. I had an EEG done today, which, if you know what an EKG is, it's a heart thing. The electrodes, EEG is that on your brain. It was a brain mapping. It's where they go see, really look at deep into my brain and whatnot. And I got to have in August, because these things take months. August will be over a year and 2 months of waiting for this. I will be getting a full psych evaluation that will hopefully either diagnose me with something that's wrong and we can get it fixed, or it'll tell me I'm clear and I'm just stupid. One or the other. And I don't want anything to be wrong, but I don't want to be stupid. I'm almost hoping something's wrong that we can fix. Because if I'm just stupid, I want to have a midlife crisis when I'm 18, and. But it's been tough, going through all that and um, having all these health issues come up in such a short amount of time. I wouldn't wish it on anybody. I mean, it's not like all of it's serious or anything, but it's making me miss out on youthfulness and, you know, being a kid, being a rambunctious teenager, and just having a good time. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Um, it's just really sucked, and it's been really hard. It is what it is, and I'm getting better on most things. Sleeping more at night finally. Um, Sleeping better, actually resting in my sleep, staying asleep. Um, my thyroid seems like it's getting better. I'm still cold all the time, but everything else seems to be getting better. I'm starting to lose weight a little bit. I can't work out because of my foot and my ankle. I can't do the cardio and whatnot to lose weight. I can just do weights and bulking pretty much. Um, and I'm getting to hang out with friends more often, and I'm having a great time. I'm in a way, I'm finally getting to enjoy my youth years and having friends and a family, or a family that I choose, and I love them and I'd do anything for them, and they know who they are. I couldn't be more thankful. Um, anyway, enough of that sob story. I been dealing with a little bit of drama myself, and back to the boy thing. This is about a different person. It is never, it is never okay to make anyone, but especially a woman or girl, uncomfortable because you're a horny teenage boy and you're sexualizing her. Is never okay. But if you do it to the point to where the boys in her life that treat her like a sister and care about her want to hurt you and step in themselves and do something about it, like, how stupid can you be? I mean, high school boys are terrible. Trust me, I know. I'm a high school boy, and by God, I'm terrible. Um, um, and look, I was a crappy teenage boy freshman year, sophomore year in middle school. The over sexualizing, all the sex jokes, and I'm much better now, and I don't even think about it half the time. Um, just learning from my mistakes. But I've always been an advocate for women and women's rights and you know mental health, not just for women but for men as well. But and the sexual harassment stuff. Um, but just seeing it, I mean, this is a serious thing. I know. Just I mean, And I'm gonna get made fun of this because I know one person's gonna listen to this and they're gonna give me all hell for it. But this applies to them too because they're just as bad as any other teenage boy and they need a reality check. But if you're told no, no means no. Don't do the whole, well, I don't know if she's playing around. No means no. That's it. Flat out. Simple. Clear as day. Clear as glass. No means no. That's simple. And if you can't understand that, you got problems and you're going to get yourself hurt or in a lot of trouble. I'd take hurt over trouble. I mean, seriously. Anyway, on to other things. I'm finally got Cashapp. I'm gonna order my card tonight for it. I don't work. I don't know how I'm gonna get any money on it. I'm excited though. This will be my first like debit card or anything like that kind of thing. Um, yeah. You know what I started to get back into is wrestling, WWE and AEW, Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Getting into that again. It's awesome. I was watching the Royal Rumble for the WWE and Logan Paul was in it and a wrestler named Ricochet and they did this cool jump off the top rope, clothesline each other in midair. I posted it on my story at one point. It was freaking cool. Like really freaking cool. And I mean, wrestling's scripted, but the moves are not fake. They may be scripted, but they're very real and they hurt. And that was stuntmanship performance at its peak. It was awesome. I'm not a huge fan of Logan Paul, but that was cool. Um, you know, Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble. I'm excited to watch him face Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal title at WrestleMania. Um, but yeah, life's been up recently. I mean, up and down, but mostly up. Been having a lot of fun. I hope y'all's lives are good too. I appreciate each and every one of you that listens and views. And um, this is what I want to do for a living, and I know I'm not consistent right now. I'm hoping once I graduate high school and get out and uh, can have a schedule where things are more open. I'm home sooner, whatnot, working, making money. I can afford to upgrade my setup, get things going, advertising, whatnot. It's just what I want to do. Be more consistent with uploads. Um, and none of this would be possible without you guys, so I appreciate you all. Um, but I mean, just the Super Bowl this year will be the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Or Kansas City versus the Eagles. The Eagles will have home field. Oh, no, that's determined by whichever team wins the Pro Bowl, NFC or AFC. But uh, everybody was saying that the Eagles had such an easy schedule. Of course, they made it to the Super Bowl, but they beat the San Francisco 49ers defense like a dog. I mean, just whooped them. And yeah, the 49ers quarterbacks kept getting injured and whatnot. Praying up for Brock Purdy, completely tore his UCL. Take at least 6 months to recover and get back to practicing at least. And will require surgery and whatnot. But and on his throwing arm, nonetheless, that's really bad that it's on his throwing arm. That's actually like probably the worst place it could be Um, but yeah. I need topics to cover because I mean I can't just talk about my life the whole time. So if there's any topics that y'all want to hear about, or or anything like that, please feel free to let me know in the comment section below, or if you know me personally, please. I'm hoping to get people coming on the podcast soon and talking and just having a good time with friends and whatnot. And um, I'm really excited for where this is going and where it's hopefully going to lead to and where it's hopefully going to take me. Um, it looks like this is really going to be a lot of fun for me. So I'm really excited. This is probably going to be a relatively short episode. It's probably just going to be what I talked about and that's it. Um, Possibly. Um, yeah, like I said, I'm really excited for this Super Bowl. Hopefully, gonna get to go to a Super Bowl party and have a good time with friends and whatnot. Um, we'll see though. But yeah. So I get. Well, no, maybe that's not it. Let's see here. Do I have any topics? I'm so stupid. Trying to order my cash card and I put my birthday in wrong. So it's like, oh, you're under 18, and I put it because I put it in as 2006 because I'm dumb. Hey, so I gotta personalize this card, make it look like something I would use. Put the Illuminati triangle on it, put a crown on top of it to show that it rules the world. Because they do. They're real. I don't know if they're real or not. I don't really care either. If they are, so be it. If not, so be it. Not gonna do about it. I don't think I have any topics to cover right now. I think I'm pretty much out of things. All right, let's get this going. Okay. There's my address. Y'all get to hear me go through this. There's my first name. There's my last name. Okay. There we go. I know what it is. Okay. All right. Cool. Yay. All right. Well, I guess that's everything. Oh, found out. So the Robert Pattinson Batman movie. This has been like boring. I've been sitting here saying nothing. I can't edit that out. I'm sorry. The Robert Pattinson Batman movie. The first one came out in, was it 2022? Was it 20? Yeah, it was 2022 when it came out. It was like March, wasn't it? I don't remember. But it was really good. The next one comes out October 3rd, 2025. Look, I know these movies take a long time to make, but it should already be in production. Why'd y'all wait so long? Or be getting or it should be in pre-production. Getting close to production. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, why so long? Uh, like, I'm excited for Ant Man the Wasp Quantumania with Kang the Conqueror in it. That's gonna be cool. The guy who plays Kang, can't think of his name. He said Kang and He Who Remains have nothing in common, which is how it should be. He who awaits is eccentric, but not eccentric, but he's, yeah, no, I'd say he's eccentric, and he's out there, but he's very sarcastic, and he's like, I want you to make the right choice, but I know how one ends, and I don't know how the other one ends entirely, but it ain't good for you. And they chose the one that's not good for them. Thanks, Loki. See how all that plays out. DC announced the Green Lantern TV show. Or, not TV show, but show. It will contain both Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. And is supposed to be a true detective type show, which I'm excited for. That sounds really good. That sounds really good. I love Green Lantern. I was so sad when the movie didn't do so hot because it wasn't so hot. You know? Yeah. Well, I think that's all I got. And I could talk about the Baltimore Ravens not giving Lamar Jackson his contract extension because they're stupid. Well, I won't. I'll save that for another time. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. Actually, I think I'm gonna upload this later. No, I'll upload it tonight. What the heck? Who cares? I'll upload it tonight. I hope you guys January 31st. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more if you enjoyed. I mean, this isn't exactly family friendly, but you get the point. If you do, subscribe, please. Do not forget. Turn on that notification bell. It'll go off once every 3 months. Hopefully sooner than that. But we'll see. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And y'all have a wonderful night. And I can't just sit here and be quiet till the end of it. Y'all have a great night. Love you guys. Peace.